Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Vault Studio NFL podcast live first round review.
Love, baby.
This is right up there for the playoffs for me.
Is it?
Yeah. Nothing McTisson over here. He's going crazy.
Oh, I love the draft. It's good.
The draft. You do love the draft.
Draft is cool, and it's just a cool thing, for the players.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's quickly do some intros. I'm obviously joined by the big Spanner Coppeter, the Persian Red Pill Prince, and Scotty Hot Quaddy McGuinness over there. I'm obviously JA at James_Arthur47. And yeah, here's the other two boys. Tommy is in here doing absolute groundwork, all the setup.
Amen.
Because we're live, he's not going to talk much tonight because there's a bit going on, but there's clips coming up, all the headers. Shout out to Tommy for all his hard work getting this stuff set up for us.
And if you're catching up on this on Spotify, you have to get on YouTube, get on Spotify, the video, have a look at the work that Tommy's done. It is absolutely outstanding.
Highlights of players coming up as well as we talk about them. An unreal effort as always, Tommy. Absolutely love your work.
Amen.
And shout out to our beautiful friends at Sporting Globe, Churnside Park. Hopefully a bunch of people that had the day off are in there watching the drafts, buying a few beers, buying a meal. And if they were with the app and with the Vault Studio as your sponsorship in the account, make sure you set that all up. I think there is so much to go through tonight. So let's launch into the first overall pick, which was the Raiders, and absolutely zero surprise. Mendoza was the first overall pick. Not a shock to anyone.
Worst kept secret in the NFL.
Can I ask one question? Why did they take 8 minutes to put their pick in?
That pissed me off so bad.
Is it the most annoying thing in the draft?
Builds
For a bit
attention.
of fucking spice, mate. Do for the boys.
Do you think the NFL tell them, hey, like
1,000%?
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Is our pick 2 seconds later? Like, come on, they got to build it up somehow, get a little bit of tension going in the room. Or maybe they're going to trade out.
We'll let the talking heads go on about, well, maybe there's some second thoughts.
Let Mel Kiper talk for 10 minutes, man. Like, he loves the sound of his own voice.
Dodge that bullet.
Yeah.
No, but I think also because everyone knew that the draft started in pick 2/3, that Mendoza didn't necessarily get the flowers. Like, no one was really talking about Mendoza as like a prospect as much.
True. Yeah, that's
so, and also
because it was a foregone conclusion.
Yeah,
that's fair.
And then also, like, give him his flowers. He's the number one overall pick. Let the media talk about him for 10 minutes before he gets drafted. So he's he's definitely not starting. So there's going to be six to 8 weeks. I'm thinking of Kirk Cousins steering the ship, and then he'll get his crack at it. So
yeah, probably, I don't know when their buy is, but somewhere around that time, maybe after their buy, is probably when they'll look to install him.
Is there any chance that he just balls out in the preseason and they say, you know what, he's the
dude?
man?
There's every chance. They're going to give him every opportunity to shine in OTAs, mini camps, all of the above. Like, they're going to give him every opportunity possible.
if he beats out Kirk, that is a different story than if they're both the same. And
It's a great story too if he does.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins is a good veteran quarterback.
yeah, absolutely.
There's every chance he does beat him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, like the pick, we've known about it for a while now. I think he's athletically the prototype that you like. He's
Perfect for Kubiak.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, this is a match made in heaven.
deadly accurate. He diagnoses the plays very well. He does all the right things. He doesn't have too many weaknesses in his game. I think someone was trying to say something like lateral movement. I was like, how far are we digging into? The only thing would be probably that Indiana ran a lot of RPO stuff.
Yeah.
But then that's a positive that he has to key on to a side of the field or a triangle of defenders or something like that and then make the right read. So depends on how you look at it. But yeah, good pick, good system. They've got a lot of pieces around there to help him succeed, and should be exciting for everyone at the Raiders.
100%. They've invested money in their O-line over free agency. They got their running back last year, so Kubiak
Got the coach,
got the all the signs are pointing in the right direction. I mean, I'm not saying that they're going to win 10 games next year, but I think we should see a real definite improvement. I mean, obviously it's a tough division as well, but yeah.
But like, I think the main thing is, and this is where I look at the draft. I try, because at the end of the day, we don't know how these players are going to work out because they've never played in the NFL. We don't know how the jump's going to be. So I try and not judge the picks on how good I think the player is going to be. We have some information that's going to tell us how they're going to perform and how good they've been in college. But I look at it as Was it the right pick for that spot?
Yeah,
was it the right value for the team? And if Mendoza doesn't work out for some reason, no one's going to shit on the Raiders for picking him here because he's the best quarterback in the draft by far. He's one of 4 quarterbacks ever to win a national championship, a Heisman, and get drafted number 1 overall. The other Cam Newton, Joe Burrow.
Yep.
And I wish I could remember the third. The third guy didn't work out. No, it wasn't Baker. The third guy didn't. He went number 3. The third guy didn't work out as well. I can't remember what it was, but
is it Jameis?
Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
Who?
I was thinking of Jameis.
Jameis Winston. And again, he's still playing in the NFL.
Crab legs.
Yeah, but like he's not performed to what the Bucs probably when they drafted him wanted to be, but he's a 5,000-yard passer and he's been in the NFL for 14 years now.
And he's probably got a record that will never be broken.
100%. 30
for 30.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out.
That's hard to do. That's very hard to do. If anyone that doesn't know, it's 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions.
It's harder than just harder than just throwing 30 interceptions for sure. At least he scored a lot to go.
Well, you got to imagine how much playing time. Oh, we're going to really ruin.
No, that's not about Jameis Winston. But yeah, congratulations to Mendoza. I feel like he's not going to get his flowers because it was just, and it was same as Cam Ward last year. When you're the just guaranteed number 1 pick, this is what happens. So,
and a final thought, just to put a button on this: the Vegas Raiders are sneakily becoming a properly run organization, and I think that's a good thing for all Raiders fans.
It's a small step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Correct.
Long way to go.
This is when the draft really started to shake up. Pick number 2, I think everyone had Arvell. There's the ESPN dropper. Had Arvell Reese, but no, it was David Bailey, the defensive end out of Texas Tech. People were surprised by this. I'll just start with my thoughts on it. I just think that everyone had David Bailey going in the top 5. There wasn't many mock drafts that had him falling out of the top 5. So I just think the Jets valued an edge rusher over a hybrid linebacker pass rusher. I think it's one of the best genuine edge in the draft.
Well, I think it just comes down to a high floor and with Bailey, and then the high variance with Reese. Yep. So, and I think that the front office may have been involved in this, and they don't think that Aaron Glenn has the capability to really unlock Reese because he's a hybrid player. He kind of works in the a simulated pressure sort of role, and either they don't have the horses there to run it, or he's not capable of running it.
You need a certain scheme to get the best out of Reese. I know what you're saying. Yeah,
and so then at that point, you just got a bona fide edge rusher that basically. I don't love the pick only because if I'm picking an edge player at 2, I want them to be damn good at stopping the run.
Yeah.
Like almost primarily stopping the run, and then upside with pass rushing. Here's the other way around. He's a bona fide pass rusher with some ability to stop the run. And I just think that everyone's so fast in the NFL and everyone's so strong and everyone's got the reach. They've seen speed rushers their whole life, and speed rushers, like, they don't last that long. Like Floyd was like a top rated, guy that was going to come in and take the league over by storm. And he was a, mid pass rusher his whole career. Like he's probably an 8-year vet, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm just skeptical on that. I hope I'm wrong, but yeah.
One thing we know for sure, he's a 3-down lineman. He's going to put him out there. He's going to get pressure on the quarterback. And
yes. Yeah.
For the Jets, that's good enough because their defense struggled. They had no pressure.
They might even get an interception.
They had no pressure. Their defensive backfield was hung out to dry because literally no one can get near the quarterback.
Rory McAvoy won 2 Masters while the Jets had 0 interceptions.
Amazing. Shout out.
Facts.
Shout out to Rory.
Things are looking up for the Jets.
Yeah, I don't hate the pick. I would have preferred Arvell Reese. I agree, but.
It's
a tough spot
because
because
matter in New York anyway. They're not good enough to use Reese the way he's supposed to be.
Yeah,
he has to go to the best spot for someone like Arvell Reese is to go to Brian Flores. He would use him perfectly.
Or you go to those absolute genius defensive coordinators or head coaches, and they're all picking in the 20s. So
exactly because they're good.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
No, I
think you get crucified if you take Arvell Reese and it doesn't work out, and Bailey's a perennial 10 to 12 sack guy for 6 years. You know what I mean? Like, we're in retrospect when we look at this. So I think they're taking the safe pick, and I would have, in their situation,
to put a button on this, I'm going to use a baseball analogy. Sorry, I know we're an NFL podcast. The Jets said we can either try and hit a home run with Alvaro Reese, or we can hit a double with David Bailey. We've hit a double. We're on second base. We're sweet. We're happy here.
Yeah, I think so too. And it gives them a prime edge rusher for when the next coach takes over.
Yeah, which will no doubt be very soon.
It sucks because I really do like Aaron Glenn. I think it's more because how much of a good player he was. I really remember him. I have high steed for him as a player. He was so enjoyable, physical. Like, he ticked all the boxes as a player. So, and I think he's a great DC.
Do you know when he lost me as a coach? That London game. No, the London game when they did all the timeouts to force the punt and then just ran the ball so they could go in at halftime instead of trying to throw it to score.
Yeah.
And they're down by a field goal. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, and you're the Jets. Just
go for it.
Try and win.
Just go for it.
Lose big over losing small. Like, or maybe win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I agree. But yeah, that was the Jets went there. Pick 3. I've got pretty wild. The Cardinals went with Love, their running back, at pick 3, which I was surprised when it first went. And then obviously more stories come out. Apparently they were desperately trying to get back.
Yep.
They were trying to trade back. They couldn't trade back. And at the end of the day, they knew the Titans were going to take him, and he was their top-rated player. And it was like, well, we're not moving back. We're taking a top-rated guy.
He was everyone's consensus number 1.
Yeah.
So, like you said, during the smoke screen season of the draft, they were saying, oh, yeah, we'll take Love, we'll take Reese, we'll take the best player. Someone, if you want that player, trade up. And apparently they tried everything to get a trade down. I think that they wanted a first and a second. They wanted to move back probably 5 or 6 spots.
Yeah.
That opportunity wasn't there, so they just took the best player available.
It adds some impact to it. Like, with all due respect now, this is a sneaky good offense.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Yeah, George had a good
Harrison
point.
Jr., yeah. Michael Wilson really came on down the stretch.
I was going to let George have his point.
Jeremiah Love. Anything else you want to say?
McBride, great. McBride's
the best tight end in football.
Top 3 tight end, whichever way you want to rank him.
Yeah.
You know, they've got a sneaky good offense now.
Good. And the O-line's pretty good too. Like, Paris Jr. is a very good left
tackle. A lot of
tackle.
pieces there for LaFleur to try and make something happen on offense. Beef Brisket can hold the fort until they get a proper QB. Maybe they'll be drafting one next year. You know?
I would dare say that there's plans in place to draft one next year.
100%.
Yeah, in a quarterback-rich draft. Because I think the other thing is, like, look at the team as well. They're not competing for the division this year. The teams are too good. The 49ers are better than them, like, most likely. And Seattle and the Rams are definitely 100%. If they're not better than this year, it's because they've had a plethora of injuries and they can't compete.
No, we take the injuries off.
That's the only reason that they're not competing.
They're the worst team in their division. Yeah, and they know that. I think they're just trying to get as much talent in this building as possible. Hopefully next year they're probably picking in the top 10 again. Let's be honest. They can either get the quarterback they want, or if they'll have enough draft capital to be able to move up to get the guy they really want.
Yeah,
and
I don't hate it.
He's going to get bumps in seats. There's going to be explosive plays. Like, he's a good running back. Does everything well. He's good at pass pro. He's really good at catching the ball. They can open up the screen game. They can set him up as a receiver. Really good player. Obviously, the consensus number 1, and you'd be excited if you're an Arizona fan for sure.
Yeah, so I think it's exciting. So I definitely don't. It was earlier than I thought. Right, he's also now the highest paid running back in the NFL, which is. And I'm not even shitting on the Cardinals for that. That is the NFL not doing the right thing by running backs. The fact that a guy can go pick 3, never played a game, and be the highest paid running back in football.
Positional value. Crazy. I mean, Mendoza is probably not the number 1 prospect, but positional value.
100%.
And we'll talk about that a little bit more as the draft goes on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good on the Cardinals. They quite literally got the best player in the draft. Good for them.
Yep. Pick 4, Tennessee Titans, obviously missing out on Jeremiah Love. They decided was Cardell Tate, the wide receiver.
The big surprise. This was the early surprise, I think.
I truly believe that when the Titans were going offense 100%, because they've got to give Cam Ward some help.
Yep.
And their offensive line's good, so they weren't going tackle because they've got good tackles and they believe in their offensive line. So they went, well, if Jeremiah Love's gone, who is the next best player in this draft that can help the offense? And that's Carnell Tate. Simple as that. He was the number 1 receiver in the draft by a mile. And yeah, maybe it's too early. But if he ends up being a stud receiver, no one will care. Simple as that.
Yeah, if he's a top 20 receiver, no one's going to blink at this. Exactly. So that's fine. Yeah, and he's the only genuine X receiver in the draft.
Yep.
So, and you're going to hear some things like, oh, he's not that good at yak and all that sort of stuff. And it's like, he won't make it someone miss in a phone booth. And it's like, cool, don't worry about that. But do you know what he's really good at? Contestant catches.
Yeah, just going up and get the ball.
80%, 80% completion percentage when there's a contestant catch. So it's not a 50-50 ball when he's lining up out there. It's an 80-20 ball.
If you're watching the highlights on YouTube or Spotify, literally every one of his catches is all contested.
Yeah. So you can throw the ball. Basically, you know how Burrow used to go, oh, fuck it, Jamar Chase is down there.
Yep.
Cam Ward can go, fuck it, Tate's down there.
Yeah.
And he's going to come down with the ball.
Yep.
Or
the other team's not going to come down with it because they'll be fighting tooth and nail. Plus PIs, the NFL, he's going to draw a lot of PIs with physicality.
Yep.
The more I've thought about this, that they could have gone Arbel Reese.
I thought they would go Sonny Styles because
Sonny Styles or Downs. There was plenty of options or a tackle, but I think they know they've got their franchise quarterback and they went, what is the best thing that can help our franchise quarterback succeed? And if that's their mentality, which I believe it was, this is it.
I think also another thing is that they're opening a new stadium. They've got the new uniforms. They've got the second year of Cam Ward, and you're like, hey, we're going to sell season tickets. Let's just get our first overall pick wide receiver, who everyone thinks is a stud. Let's line him up with the best receiver in the draft, and we'll just have the greatest show on turf.
And gives Dayball something to work with too.
Yep. Yeah, and also Pollard was a 1,000-yard rusher as well in one of the teams that ran the ball the least.
And I've just said that Jeremiah Love is the highest paid running back in the NFL, which tells you that next season when some running backs hit free agency, if they want to get them, they can probably get them for less than what Jeremiah Love is being paid now without playing a snap in the NFL.
Which is crazy.
If they want a guy, they can go and get a guy next year.
Or we saw the Jags draft a running back and then get rid of Bigsby for nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can get another team's rejects that can split carries.
Hey, maybe Tyler Algier's available now, and you go and get a guy
Tyler Algier or Benson.
Yeah, you're right. There's plenty of guys that they can go and get. So
Seattle's just got a whole room of running backs and then added to it.
I actually think in terms of positional value and team improvement, I think Tate was a better pick than Jeremiah Love. In Cardinals, Jeremiah Love, I think Tate was a better pick.
I know what you're saying, but I think Dayball would would have preferred to get that run game going.
I agree, but
more so.
Pollard's a solid running back.
No,
he's not a bad running back at all.
I'm not saying he's not. I think he would have really liked the idea of
I don't know
pairing Love with his and having those two as a combo for a while.
Yeah,
there's also day 2 and 3 as well, where there's plenty of running backs still available.
Yeah. And they'll probably draft one.
Well, the drop off's pretty severe.
Only 2 went, both of them in the first round from the same college, which we'll get to later. Let's go to pick number 5, which was the Giants, who I think got a gift with Arbel Reese falling down to them. I hate giving credit to the Giants, but
you better get ready because they probably won the draft, man.
Yeah, we'll talk about the other pick later, but I think Arbel Reese, if he's on the board at 5, they're crazy not to take him. It gives them with who's the DN that took last year? Porn boy.
Abdul Carter.
Abdul Carter. They've got Burns. They've got Thibodeau still on the roster.
Yep.
He'll probably get traded, but anyway,
I think he might too. But they've got
Evans-Morrow.
Yeah, they've got one of the better fronts now in the NFL, I think.
Yeah.
And he's a hybrid guy. He can play linebacker in the system because they don't have to force him into playing defensive end because they can have Burns and Carter there and have him playing as a genuine, he can blitz and play anywhere they want to put him.
It's not too dissimilar to what Micah Parsons was doing his first year. He was playing 100%. A little bit off ball, a little bit hand down, a little bit standing up on the line. Like just mix it up, man.
Well, I think they've come out and said that he's predominantly going to be off ball linebacker. So we'll see if he's got the pass coverage capabilities and all that sort of stuff as well. Because being an off-ball linebacker, it's not just, you pin your ears and you attack the ball. You've also got other responsibilities and other reads. So there'll be a steep learning curve if he's going to move to that role predominantly. But you have to take the swing. Like I think, like I said, the Jets should have taken the swing, and you can't crucify the Giants for taking it at 5.
And again, what I said about Mendoza, if he doesn't work out in a few years' time, even I won't be like the Giants are morons. I'll be like, what?
He probably will.
I might for other reasons, but probably not for Arbel Reese. And then he'll get traded somewhere and he'll be really good somewhere else.
Probably Seattle, like all the other Giants players. We'll take it.
True. That's what I mean. Like, I just think that I'm not going to crucify the Giants. It was the best pick for this spot. And I almost thought they were going to stuff it up, and they could have easily gone tackle if they wanted to with Fanu, but I think they knew, hey, defensive guys are this is the prime now to get one, and we got to get him.
And the NFL's, there's a lot of hybrid guys now running around in different positions and a lot of defensive coordinators getting creative. So you give yourself every opportunity with a pure hybrid player.
Yeah, absolutely.
Agreed.
Pick 6, the Chiefs traded up. I've got it. They gave up. I've lost it now.
4th and a 5th
a
rounder.
4th and a 5th rounder to move up and get Mansour Delane, who was the best corner in the draft. The Chiefs got shat on for this.
I thought it was a fantastic trade for them.
I truly believe they knew Washington were taking him.
Yeah.
They were like, okay, Washington are definitely going to take this guy. I don't think they wanted Styles. I think they're very comfortable with their linebacker position with Bolton and thought, well, we want to get the best defensive back in the draft. We got rid of McDuffie. We want a guy who's potentially going to be better than McDuffie.
Yep.
So let's get him.
Or as good for way less money.
Or as good.
Yeah.
And that's what we want in this draft is the top corner. And if we've got to give up a 3rd and a 5th to go get him, let's go do it right now and not let anyone else take him.
His pro comp is McDuffie.
And I truly believe
And I think he's better coming out of college than what McDuffie was.
Correct. So. And I think once Giants went Arvell Reese, they knew, okay, Delane's going. He's going in the next couple of picks. We've got to take him.
You've got Washington that could take him. Who's at 7? The Browns, probably not. Saints, potentially. So, like, he's got to get through 2 or 3 other teams. So, if he's your guy and your number 1, I thought that was a really good trade.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know why teams are shitting on him.
Kansas City have a lot of holes. They got a lot of holes in their roster, and I can see why people would get shitty at him. But as a diamond in the rough to get a guy in the 5th round that's capable of starting at the start of his first season, let alone towards the end of the first season.
This guy's a plug-in starter, ready to go day 1. From training camp, he's the starter.
Oh, he's the number 1. Is right now from the time he took the call. He is the number 1 DB not number 1 DB, number 1 corner.
Yeah, and
in Kansas City.
And they lost McDuffie and Watson there at their second corner.
Yep.
It fit the need, fit the player. I have absolutely zero issue with this. I actually think the Chiefs would. I know George is going to sound like vinegar, but I think they did really well doing it.
No, I agree. I actually agree. They did really well.
Yeah, if George agrees on the Chiefs, you know it's good.
Their two biggest needs were running back and corner, and they've addressed both. They've actually done really well. And it's not surprising. The Chiefs as an organization are very well run. They know exactly what they're doing.
Well, they even knew what they were doing last year once Mahomes got hurt, and they went, hey, put all the horses in the stable. Yeah. We need to get lower and lower and lower.
Yeah, of course.
Now's our opportunity to get back there.
Reload.
Next year.
Yeah.
You've got Gardner Minshew starting games, of course.
And then broke his leg, and then some guy that no one, we had to Google translate his name.
Yeah, his best time was in the UFL.
Yeah.
Shout out.
All right, then we go pick 7. Washington, credit to them. Sonny Styles was available. I think this is kind of where I thought Sonny Styles would go, around this spot. I didn't think the Chiefs would trade up, but yeah, Browns definitely didn't need Sonny Styles or a corner, so they thought, let's move back. We'll get our guy later.
Yep.
And Sonny Styles was the best player on the board at this point as well. And Dan Quinn is an exceptional defensive mind, and he gets the most out of the littlest.
Yep.
And if he has this sort of talent, I really feel like he can get the most out of us. I think if all coaches, he's probably number 1 of who can get the most out of him in the NFL.
Probably not number 1, but he's in the top 5.
Yeah, I think he's excellent. Sorry, I should say the best guy that would have the ability to get Sonny Styles.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, I'd love Mike McDonald to get him, but, but he's not going to get him at pick 32. It wasn't reality. So of all the guys that could have got him, this is a great move.
Yeah, definitely. Probably my favorite player in the entire draft. Just the way he goes about it, everything about it. He's sideline to sideline. He smokes everything in front of him. He's got good hands in pass coverage. Like, everything he does is just at the highest level. He's one of the blue chippers, and I think you get a blue chipper at pick 7, you can't go wrong.
Amen. And Washington, through free agency and now the draft, have really tried to address their defense, bringing in a lot of guys.
Apparently, they're bringing Bobby Wagner back as well. That's
well, they've still got Frank Lavu as well.
Frank Lavu, but they want to play more as an edge guy.
Perfect. So, and you can probably do the same thing with Sonny Styles.
So I think they're going to bring Bobby Wagner back, let him work with Sonny Styles, be their 2 linebackers. It's a pretty good guy to learn.
But DQ's made his career out of having B-Wags as his linebacker. So
I saw a lot of
Seattle days too. Yeah,
I saw a lot of comps basically saying he's an ex-Bobby Wagner. That's a lot.
Oh, he's a modern day. I mean, I think Bobby Wagner was like 30 pounds heavier than him, but
and ahead of his time too.
Yeah.
Bobby Wagner was outstanding, but yeah, I like this pick. Good on him.
Yeah, perfect. Great pick for them. Couldn't go wrong. The need, perfect pick. Like you said, blue chip, tick.
Yep.
Now, the next pick, Saints were up. Obviously, Carnell Tate off the board. A lot of people had them getting Carnell Tate. Pick 8 went to Jordan Tyson, the wide receiver at Arizona State. This is probably the first pick I didn't love. I just think it was way too early to get him.
Well, they obviously wanted a receiver.
Correct.
Carnell Tate's off the board.
Or Love. I think they were hopes on Tate or Love are there.
Yeah, I don't think Love was ever going to make it that far down.
Probably not.
Board.
But I'm Jim, that was probably there. If he's there, no brainer.
I think they genuinely thought that Tate was going to fall to them.
I thought they were going to get an edge. I thought it was signed and seal edge. I agree with you. I don't like this pick because Olave's had a lot of injury history. Jordan Tyson's tape looks like he's a top 3 pick, but unfortunately, what you don't say in the tape is the blown out knee. That's all 3 ligaments. He did come back and he's still got good tape after coming back. Broke his collarbone. That's a bit of a freak injury.
Yeah.
And then the hamstring reoccurring injuries from the last season. So
he didn't do any combine or pro day stuff because
he did do a pro day.
He did do the pro day.
He did only pro day.
Yeah. So and it was very late too. It was last week. So it is concerning that you're putting so much draft capital into Olave and Jordan Tyson with a sophomore quarterback in Shook, who, he's very up in the air. You don't know if he's going to be the guy or not.
Yeah, we're hoping he's going to be the guy, but you don't actually know yet.
It's not like Cam Ward, where we go, he's the guy.
Yeah, signs are pointing that Shook can be.
Yes,
but he's got a lot of questions to answer.
Let me ask you a question. This is one of your lame hypotheticals.
Oh my god,
the whole show of lame hypotheticals.
Hands up. No, I agree.
If Tyson doesn't have the injury history, are you taking him over Tate?
Yes.
Yeah. So then, is it still a reach then?
No, it's no, but with the hypotheticals, you got to take into account he's only played 2/3 of his college career.
Yeah, because I understand
because of
injury. I get that.
And guys fall for a lot less.
Yeah.
This is what happens, though. This is why the draft. This is the one reason that I don't like mock drafts, right? Because Jeremiah Love going 3 and Tate going 4 changed the whole trajectory of the draft, right?
Yeah.
Because then it became shit. The number 1 receiver's on the board. Someone else who wants a receiver is coming up behind us and they're going to want him. We're never getting this sort of receiver in the second round. So we either want a receiver now and we take a receiver now, or we take our chances in the second and third round at lower, like a Boston or something like that, who might not be there in the second round for them. So it becomes receivers are off the board. The run started. We now have to get a receiver because that's what we want in this draft. And he's the best guy. Let's do it. He's Tate matches.
They were married to the position.
100%. And this is where people...
that's where I disagree. Why are they married to this position, though? Because there's so many good edges and they've got a glaring need at edge.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying that their mentality was obviously always wide receiver.
I see that.
Always was Tate is going to be there for us because this guy's doing this guy's doing that.
I don't think Tate was always going to be there. I don't think he would have got past Cleveland.
So maybe it was always Tate or Tyson.
Or
Love. It was probably Love, Tate, Tyson. That whoever's there, we take them.
Yeah, I don't think Tate would have gone past Washington.
No, probably not. But I don't love this pick, but I can get the mentality behind it.
It's clear the focus was we've got to get more skill on the offense.
And now they've just got to hope that he
stays healthy.
Really good.
Yeah.
Because if he's really good again, there'll be no one will give a shit.
Well, yeah.
I can remember McCaffrey going 8 to the Panthers and being like, why are they taking a running back at 8? Who cares now? For the Niners anyway. You know what I mean? Who cared in the end because he won Offensive Player of the Year for the Panthers.
No one cares about the draft picks you hit.
No one cares anymore once you hit on it. If it fails and he's terrible and he's injury ridden and never gets going, then people are like, oh, what a wasted pick.
I think the only way this pick fails is if he just can't shake the injury bug. That's all it'll be.
That's fair. Yeah. So we'll see how it plays out. It was the first one I was kind of like, oh, I don't know, but I get their mentality. Yeah, I get my perception of their mentality.
I understand why they did it. For me, it's having the tandem of Olave and Tyson. If it had been Tyson at Kansas City I guess Rashid Rice has issues, but injury is not the main reason why he's not on the field.
Yeah.
He did do his knee, so it's probably a crap hypothetical.
And the NFL will never suspend him.
No, but you understand what I mean. Rashid Rice had one main injury, and that's why he was out. Olave is injured every second week.
Yeah. So. True. Oh, he did have he was a second team All-Pro last year. Olave.
He was good.
He was very good. So hopefully 2 of them together.
Also going into a contract year. So
correct. So we'll see how it plays out. Pick 9. The Browns traded back, and I still truly believe they got their guy in Spencer Fanu. Sorry,
I love this guy.
This guy, I thought Malaga would go before him, but I also I think this was a great pick for them. They have a desperate need at tackle. He's the best left tackle in the draft. He's a lockdown week 1 starter. He's in. He's
but the Browns sneaky won the first top 10 picks.
I think so too.
Sneakily, because they were probably going to pick him at 6, and then they traded back and still got him at 9.
Well, I think Arizona would have picked him at 3, but everyone would have crucified him. So
I wouldn't have. But anyway, I'm a meat and potatoes operator.
The underlining issue for Spencer Fanu is he's got shorter arms and smaller hands than Will Campbell from last year.
Yes.
But he plays with such a different physicality. He does a really good job. 90% of the time, does a really good job of keeping his feet inside his body line. He does a really good job of washing out speed rushes. I know that you can look up some tape, and David Bailey beat him a couple of times when they played each other. You watch the whole game, and Fanu fucking plowed him into oblivion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's aggressive. Was he the kid that came out and said that he would die for his quarterback? Was that?
No, that was Will Campbell from last year.
No, someone in this trial, I can't remember who it was. It might have actually been Malaga that he died for Jackson Dart. But anyway, we'll talk about him soon.
To be honest, I did not watch the ESPN coverage. I watched a different one, which was far more entertaining.
Fair. Very fair.
You don't want to hear Mel Kiper yappering?
No, I could not. I would rather fucking...
I'm still waiting to hear a pick that Mel Kiper liked.
I would rather get a fucking pitchfork and bet it into my fucking brain than listen to that useless cunt.
Pretty fair.
I would have thought 34 minutes would be early for a C-bomb, but you know what? The over-under was 40, and I took the under.
Hey, Browns, giant tick.
Yeah, well
trade back, more picks, still get your guy.
They were always going O-line, and I truly reckon when they traded back, they were like, we're happy with Fanu or Malaga. We were happy with either.
And I'll jump ahead a little bit, but they nailed the stack as well. They were always going to go tackle receiver, and they did the right thing by trading back, accumulating picks, getting the best tackle, and then being in a position to get a receiver.
The other thing we don't know is, were they hoping Tyson was there?
No, because if they wanted Tyson, they probably would have traded back the second time.
Yeah, true. All right.
The Browns sneakily, last few drafts, if you look at them, they've drafted a lot of good players.
Last year was a terrific draft.
Yeah.
And the year before was Kuroa.
No, it was the year before that.
They do draft
good players.
In fairness.
Andrew Bear's good.
I think because the rest of the team's so crap, the guys they draft tend to just elevate.
Yeah, you rarely see them.
Yeah, you really notice their good draft picks.
They're probably looking for next year as well, thinking we'll probably ride the Shedeur Sanders train for another year, and
their mentality
sell a few jerseys, and we'll probably pick inside the top 10 again.
They're 100%. Their theory will be if Shedeur Sanders is really good, great, he's our guy. We don't have to draft a quarterback next year, which I think is unlikely.
No, very unlikely.
Or if Massage Boy turns back the clock and finds his form again, then he's our guy and he's under contract.
Equally unlikely.
But
they're in a position with solidified O-line, running back coming off injury, and a good receiver.
100%.
And a fucking really high-end defense.
Yeah, really.
Well, maybe who knows next year, but
yeah, I don't think they're trading Garrett. I truly believe they're not now. I think I think if they were trading Garrett, they would have got Ruben Bain here and said, "Well, Garrett's gone."
I don't know. You don't pass up left tackles.
No, that's fair too.
A rebuild.
And teams that didn't pass up tackles was the Giants with the 10th overall pick. They went to Francis. It's pronounced Malgoa. Sorry.
Watch them film.
The only question around Malgoa is. I'm
not even going to attempt it, so don't look at me.
Malgoa. You got to really pronounce the U.
I'm just going to call him Francis.
Yeah, let's just call him Frankie.
Shout out Frankie.
Shout out Frank.
I think
big unit.
The only question is he's got a bit of a lingering back issue, but I don't.
Hang on, wasn't it a spinal disc fusion?
Yeah, as I said, a lingering back issue. Okay. What do you want me to say?
You make it sound like it's like one of us guys approaching 40 getting out of bed,
the
right?
Giants need protection, okay? And I'm trying to not shit on them for one podcast.
The good thing is he can play right guard or right tackle.
Correct.
Who's their right tackle? Your time to shine.
The Giants.
Yeah.
It was Evan Neal.
No, they moved him to left.
I can't remember now.
They re-signed him.
Their left tackle's Andrews.
Oh, Andrews, sorry. Yeah. So they got Neal, and who's
excellent.
He's like 30. I can't remember his name.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Oh, they're re-signing this year. Fuck, Tom.
Oh, Evanor?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
Evanor. Yep.
So he can play right guard, right tackle.
I think it's like it's Emmanuel or something. Like
Yeah,
that.
Emmanuel.
I know who you're
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah.
Malgoa can play right guard or right tackle. So they do through throwing enough fucking darts at the wall, have enough guys to fill the position.
Yeah, but play him at right guard for a season and then move him to tackle in your second year. Like it's positional value.
He's a fringe guy, so you're not desperate to fit him into a position. You can just play him in the best position available.
Yep, very fair.
I think before we move off the Giants, I think these guys won the first round, in my opinion, with the 2 picks.
Well,
and who they got for their 2 picks.
I thought Frankie was going to go 3, and I thought Arval Reese was going to go 2, and they got both of them at 5 and 10.
Yeah.
So if I thought that, I can't now, as much as I want to, I can't now shit on them for getting the guys I thought were going to be 2 and 3 at 5 and 10.
From a value point of view, they've
It's
exceeded
unfair.
massively. Yeah.
I don't think they won the draft, but they definitely didn't lose it. They just solidified the best positions you can.
Keep in mind, they also lost Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah.
So they lost maybe top 3 defensive tackle in football. So Frank will always be married to what Dexter Lawrence becomes as well. Unfairly or fairly.
The only reason I'm saying that doesn't matter is because the D-line was already good.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, all right, Dexter Lawrence is a loss. There's no doubt about that.
Yep.
But getting Reese into that defense automatically elevates the defense. And, getting a top left tackle automatically elevates your offense.
Yes.
Right.
Tackle.
Right tackle.
He's right guard, right tackle.
They don't need a left tackle.
Yeah. So, like, that's what I'm saying.
Well, they need him to get healthy.
You got
True.
you got good, 2 good tackles now. You got your quarterback. You got your running back. You mate, you're halfway there.
Yeah, I agree. They've improved their team a lot. Of all the teams in the top 10, they've improved their team more than anyone. Mainly because they had 2 picks. But they got
them and the Browns. They got
2 of the best players in the draft. Yeah. So it's
good.
hard to shit on them. Number 11 will go another trade. Cowboys obviously got some wind that someone wanted their guy, Caleb Downs. They traded up. I think they gave up a 4th and a 5th and then gave them a 7th as well and swapped with the Dolphins. They took Caleb Downs.
Stud.
Personally, I didn't think he would make it to the Cowboys at 12. And in fairness, I was right. He didn't make it to him, but they did the right thing. I didn't want them to trade the farm to try and get up into the top 5 or top 10 and take a Mullane or a Sonny Styles.
Or something like that, yeah.
The bottom line is that the Cowboys defense needs addressing. Their 2 biggest weakness were edge and defensive back. And I think they got the best defensive back in the draft. And I've said it before, if Caleb Downs was a defensive end with the pedigree and the tape he has, he'd be playing for the Jets right now. The fact that he's a safety, positional value comes into play, and that's the reason he was there at 11.
I love Caleb Downs. I really do. I think he is him and Sonny Styles are the best guys in the draft.
Yep.
I've heard 2 people say that he's by far the hands down favorite to be gold jacket out of this class.
Yep.
And the only one. I think that if the Cowboys, and we'll get to them, and they solidified their pass rush, it really unlocks Downs because then he can be aggressive in pass coverage and still come down in the flat and against the run. It's just bona fide stud. You can't go wrong with his pick.
As I said, if as a Cowboys fan, if in 3 years' time he hasn't worked out, I'm not shitting on them for picking him. I'm like, he was the guy at the time.
I don't see it.
He runs like a 4.55. If he had to run a 4.38 or something like that, he's got inside the top 3.
Yeah, that's fair too.
And like we were talking about it before the show, but like it doesn't matter if you run a 4.3 and if you can't shed a block, because then you're never going to make a play. His play recognition, his intelligence, his anticipation, all those things are off the charts.
Yep.
So if he's 1/4 of a step slower than the fastest guy in the draft, makes no fucking difference.
Yeah, fair.
Because he's making the play.
If he's better at reading the play than everyone, it makes no difference.
Yeah.
He'll be your guys, like he's in that Kyle Hamilton style of player.
He's exactly like Cole Hamilton. Same measurements, same everything.
No, I was pretty excited, to be fair, when they got him.
Hell of a pick. To get him at 11 is a borderline steal.
I would have been as excited. Like if I was you, I would have been as excited when Seattle got Imanwari.
Yeah. Well, you never even mentioned him in Warriors for the whole draft process.
No, that's true.
It really came out of left field that you like that guy.
Yeah, actually, it wasn't until the Super Bowl that I was really on the Emin Worry train.
When his ankle got torn up in
Yeah,
training,
I was like, that might be a loss.
I'll play. Don't worry. I'll be fine.
Yeah, good, great pick. And in fairness, another team that always drafts really well, especially in the first round, the Cowboys.
Yep.
And they've nailed another one.
Pick 12, Miami Dolphins obviously moved back one. They get Caden Proctor from Alabama.
This, I've got to say, you said before that, Tate was the first pick you didn't like, or whoever it was, sorry. Tyson was the first pick you didn't like. This one I don't like.
Proctor, really?
No, I don't like it.
4-year starter at left tackle.
Just got a lot of the I can't really say it on the live stream, but he's the just a little bit a lot of questions around his work ethic, a lot of questions around his application. Obviously, his measurables are all off the charts. The guy's enormous, huge hands, huge reach. Your prototypical tackle. A lot of the word is he can't really apply himself. I heard someone today saying something. I think it was on Rich Eisen's show, was talking about how they think that he's not going to transition well to being a pro.
And the Dolphins are a perfect fit.
Well, that's what I was going to say. And what better place to put a young man
the old Dolphins,
I know, but I'm not talking about the Dolphins organization, but just the city of Miami as well. Like putting a young man who's easily distracted with a lot of money into a place like Miami. I'm not sure.
He's 6'6", 350 pounds.
Yeah,
and has the feet of a ballerina.
Yeah,
like
100%.
He ticks a lot of boxes, and that's why I didn't hate the pick.
I like the pick.
I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying, George. I think there's some truth to that, and there's some. But the last guy I remember this sort of talk happened for was Jalen Carter, and he turned out pretty good in the NFL as well. So
big difference between the Philly as an organization and Miami as an organization.
Correct. That's fair too. So but if the Dolphins want to become a legitimate organization, then they need to draft the right guy at the right time, and then hope that they can fix their culture and their perception.
There's so many times you hear like these, when I say like very minor character issues, because it's not like he's done anything illegal. He hasn't got a history of bashing women.
No,
he doesn't do anything with the law. It's just applying himself.
Yeah.
Maybe he knew he was always going to be a top 10 pick, and he just goes, fuck it, Alabama's shit this year. Why should I risk future income? And
but that's also a valid point.
So like you sort of, and I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but it is a human thing to think that if you love the sport and you're not good enough to win, and that sport is just a stepping stone for you to get where you're going, some people naturally just go, oh, fuck it, I'll do it at 70%.
I'll phone it in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some people just have that dog in them and they will scrap until their last breath. And that's admirable. And there's nothing wrong with either one of these things. I think he'll be on the right track once he's in the NFL and he's got genuine adults in the room telling him to pull his fucking head in. I think that will be...
Is Miami the place to do that, though?
Yeah, but they're changing the culture.
In the past, it hasn't been. I agree.
Like,
that's all I'm saying.
There's no Tua, there's no Hill. All these guys that are bad influences are gone. And I think you got a strong head coach and a strong GM, and they would have done their research. And I think that if there was too many red flags in that area, they wouldn't have drafted him.
No, I agree too.
There's so many. There's a lot of talent still on that field on the to come in the draft. They would have just gone someone else if there was that too big of a question mark. So I think that they've nailed it.
And also massive positional need. They need offensive line. So he did play a lot of right tackle in college. They've got Austin Jackson, who was a first round pick a couple of years ago at right tackle.
Yeah, he's not bad.
He hasn't quite lived up to the hype. Yeah, he was a later first round pick.
Yeah,
but he's solid. He's a starting right tackle on most teams in the NFL, half the teams in the NFL. So I think he'll slot in at left tackle. He's a day one starter. It gives them, an anchor to work off. And that's what they need. They're starting from almost the base level here. They're building the foundations, as our good man Coach JL used to say. Build those foundations first.
And you got to make sure your Willis is upright, and it's a good start.
100%. Next pick was maybe the most surprising pick of the first round. Am I crazy saying that? This was the most surprising pick.
I can't think of one more surprising.
I can. Pick 16.
The Los Angeles Rams go with quarterback Ty Simpson.
And you know who looked the most surprised? Sean McVay.
I thought he looked excited.
I heard that. So, I've been listening to McShay a lot during the
our boy
leading.
Toddy, strung him on the show.
Yeah,
Come on the show,
that'd be
Todd.
Sick.
Come on the show.
Yeah.
I'll listen to a few guys, but McShay sort of almost let it slip that. Well, he did say that Ty Simpson's going to go a lot earlier than people think, guaranteed in the first round.
Yep.
And then when the pick was there, he connected the dots straight away. He's like, Sean McVay's seen this. He said that he's not going to mentor a quarterback, but he wants his quarterback to mentor a quarterback.
Yeah.
So if he's 2 years behind Stafford, tick. And apparently Snead has been talking to Ty Simpson. It's pretty much been a locked thing for months.
And McVay did say today that he's had several meetings with Stafford and said this isn't for like next year. This is when you decide you're done. If you want to play another year next year, by all means, he can sit behind you for 2 or 3 years. We don't care.
Yep.
But when you retire, this is the next guy. So I think best case scenario is he sits behind Stafford for 2 seasons, because I truly believe Stafford will play very well again next year. Whether he's MVP or not is probably
And honestly, at
unlikely.
38, it just comes down to injury, not
100%.
ability.
Well said. Well said.
There's no reason to think that Stafford can't play next year and the next year. And then Ty Simpson in his 3rd year as a starter plays 1 year. They extend him at the end of that 3rd year long term, and then they move on. It's at one point I was like, well, do they want to just go and get a Reuben Bain and win the Super Bowl now? But they were 3 points off winning the Super Bowl last year anyway. So this is a team going, we need to get ready for the future. We don't want to win next year or compete to win next year. Stafford retires, then it's like, well, shit, what the hell are we going to do with a quarterback?
The wheels fall off.
And we're picking pick 28, and we don't have a way to get a quarterback here. So I think they're preparing
You
for
can
the future.
always get a veteran quarterback. You're telling me that market with that coach and that talented roster would not get any free agent bites?
But Ty Simpson might be really good.
He might be.
Yeah.
What I don't like about this pick is that you were pretty close there where you said that they'll get Reuben Bain, but if it's almost like that Sean McVay's or Snead's outthinking themselves, like just shore up your O-line. Like that is your only weakness, is your O-line. Get a guy that's going to be a day one starter in your weakest position. Who cares if he's the 20th ranked guy and you can't trade back? Just draft for need. You don't. You only need one position.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I would just solidify one of the guards.
Yeah, Iwano or that. The Islander boy.
Yeah, sure. Solidify one of the guard positions, and then you go, we'll protect Stafford, and we've got the for the next iteration, we've already got our young piece there in the O-line.
Yeah, no, I'm not just agreeing. I just think that it'll either work out or won't work out. In 3 years' time or 2 years' time, it'll either be well played by them. The problem I have is that everyone is comparing this to what the Falcons did with Penix when they had Kirk Cousins.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The difference is, and there's a big difference, right? The Falcons aren't competing for shit. The Rams are.
And why is that?
Because they're fucking shit.
They are fucking shit.
This
is the Falcons pick.
The Rams are exactly.
Falcons have now got 3
which is
quarterbacks.
the irony of it all. And this is the thing, right? Like comparing it to the Falcons when they just signed Kirk Cousins to a massive deal and then went and drafted a quarterback in the top 10. It's not the same thing. This team's probably the Super Bowl favorite right now, and they should be.
Well, you got to beat the best.
And they are correct. But
that was George's line, actually.
But they are preparing for the next iteration. I'm taking
this as an
organization that's making a succession plan.
What they're hoping for is that this boy here is going to be their Jordan Love. That's what they're hoping for. He's going to sit for a year or two behind Stafford, and then he'll be the new incumbent in like his 3rd year.
Yeah, 100%. And there's nothing wrong with having a succession plan at all. And I think smart teams do it, and they do it well. But I just think that you're so close, and I just would have solidified another position.
Yeah, I don't disagree. The other big position, obviously, they got McDuffie in free agency, which shored up another big hole.
Oh, yeah, cornerback pre-draft was their biggest.
Yeah.
And then they got 2 starting caliber.
They got Watson and McDuffie.
Yeah,
they filled that spot.
So then interior offensive line would have been their next weakness, which I would have addressed.
I just think if they would, they're playing a bit too far in front of them.
That's what I'm thinking. And
that's not unfair too.
Also, like they're probably their biggest competition for a Super Bowl is still going through Seattle. And correct. Seattle's strength is their D-line. So like I would be fortifying, just the way that my brain works, I'd be like, we're chasing them and we've got to like nullify their strength. And the only way we can do that is drafting interior lineman or any lineman at this pick.
Yeah, very fair. They're all fair. I was shocked by this, but then I was also like, I I get it.
You
Like,
can
I can
see the
see it.
plan.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Snead's pretty good. So hey, if he's their starter in 2 years' time, and
No one will talk
looks
about
like no one's gonna say shit.
No one will care.
Well, and the succession plan's been in process for 3 months or something now. So they're obviously pretty solidified in it.
Also, if they win a Super Bowl next year,
Doesn't really matter.
no one cares.
Yeah,
That's very true.
But if they lose because in the NFC Championship game, the Seahawks pulverize them defensively and they can't block anyone, this will come up again.
Could be an issue. Yeah.
It'll come up again for sure. So it is what it is at the moment.
Or if they lose because Stafford gets hurt, there's no Garoppolo and they're relying on a rookie to.
Well, Garoppolo's going to retire.
Yeah, 100%. Well, not 100%, but
they
it's
do
very
have
likely.
Stetson Bennett.
Oh, yeah, cool. Well, he's the same age as Garoppolo, so they might lose both of them.
he might retire too.
that old 9-year college starter. Let's go to the Baltimore Ravens.
Rumor has it he's still trying to get eligibility.
Go back
I want to give 2 ticks to
the Baltimore Ravens
for this pick. This was the number one pick. They got the best guard in the draft. Perfect pick.
Mauler. And now I'm going to try and pronounce his name. Olavega Awane.
He just goes by Vega.
Awane.
He
Did I
just
get it
goes by-
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He just goes by Vega, apparently.
By Vega. I'm in. That's easy for me.
I read.
That's easy for my white mouth to
Yeah,
say. But yeah, I think
Saying
this,
what's weird.
this guy was a bit like his comps were Zach Martin.
Yeah,
And-
it checks out.
And I've seen the Cowboys draft Zach Martin.
Yep.
I've seen people get upset. And then I've seen by the
10
end
years
of his,
later, it's not a problem.
I've seen where he's had less holding calls than all pros. People going, pretty good move.
Pretty good, man.
And he went over JJ Watt as well. And people are still like, yeah, we're okay with it.
Yeah.
So I think this guy, it fits a definite need. Their tackles are like Stanley's a good left tackle.
When healthy.
Yeah, I think they've got good tackles. They didn't need to reach for one. This is the best position. He's going to slot in at right guard or left guard, wherever they want to put him. And he's going to be a great player from the second he meets the field. It just rarely, when teams go guards like this, it rarely misses.
Day one starter, perfect fit scheme wise for especially those power runs up the middle that Henry wants to do. Perfect protector for Lamar. Double tick.
Yeah, I think it was a great move.
And like the blueprint was there. Seattle had a bad O-line not last year, the year before. The guard position was the biggest weakness.
Yep.
They get the best guard in the league.
Was able the same pick? Was he pick 16?
He was pick 17, I think.
Yeah, so
Same
very
area.
similar.
This is what I mean, and how close of a direct comparison it is. Solidified the whole O-line, go win a Super Bowl. Now, I'm not saying that the Baltimore now is definitely going to win a Super Bowl, but solidifying your O-line goes a long way into team success.
Yep.
Running the ball at 4 yards a tote is what everyone dreams of.
Yep.
Oh,
correct.
Wet dreams.
Because do you know what?
Wait, what?
Do you know when you average 4 yards per carry?
Oh, let me quick math this.
What a 3 runs equal?
12 yards
12.
first down, baby.
First down. That's all you need to answer. That's all that matters.
Yep.
3.4 yards a carry. First down.
Boom.
Shit average though.
Hey, I'm not saying it looks pretty on the stat sheet. I'm just saying I'm a meat and taters operator.
Yeah.
And when I played offensive line, I said, hey, you get me 3.5 yards a carry, 3 carries, first down. We keep moving. So that's all I care about.
Oh, couldn't agree more. And
The
they
math's
have
mathing, which is rare for me.
and they have an absolute fucking road paving machine right here.
Yeah, I really love this pick. Probably the only pick I loved more, who I thought these guys were going to take, which was Reuben Bain and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Absolutely outstanding by you boys. Congratulations.
The steal of the first round.
Reuben
At
T-Rex
15.
Bain Jr., I believe.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear the arm
I
thing.
don't give a shit.
I
about
said
the
it
arm
weeks ago. Nah.
That is why he fell, though.
thing.
No, well,
I don't know.
that and some of the off-field stuff that happened a little while ago.
In fairness, he's still the second pure edge that was taken in the draft,
Right.
which was what a lot of people
Yes.
thought. They just thought that people would have wanted him, teams would have wanted him earlier.
Yeah.
It was David Bailey and him were always 1 and 2 out of pure edges. He just fell a bit further than what they thought. I don't think the T-Rex arms came into it. I think the other teams were like, we have bigger needs than edge right now, and we want to fill those positions.
I think if you're looking at it as a pie chart, the T-Rex arm thing is probably 10%.
Oh,
And then the previous off-field stuff's probably 2%. Like, if anyone that doesn't know, he was involved in a car accident at like 4:00 in the morning. Not his fault. His passenger died. The family dropped all the charges. There was no criminal case.
Okay.
there was nothing. It was just a freak accident.
But it is a red flag that goes on your thing forever.
And he's had a flawless thing ever
Correct.
since then. He's not a knucklehead. He was just a kid in a fucking real bad situation. And if you've ever been a kid and with even like the money that he would have had, you're probably going to get yourself in a hairy situation every now and then.
In fairness,
I did plenty of dumb shit.
I did plenty of dumb shit and I was poor as fuck. Yeah, exactly.
100%. If anyone has ever been 18 or 19 or 20 and never done something that you would thought, oh, if that had gone slightly the wrong way.
In my mid-30s, I almost kill myself once a week.
True. It's only in here when you try and fight George.
Nah, that's warm up.
It's a death sentence.
Hell of a pick. He hit, and all he's got to do is just drive up the road to Tampa.
And great position need for them.
Yeah, 100%.
Just
100%.
I think this is my pick of the draft.
This is definitely the steal of the first round. This might have saved Todd Bowles' job. Maybe.
This isn't the steal of the first round, and we'll get to that later. And just if you watch the film and you didn't know his measurables, you're like, holy fuck, this is Myles Garrett.
His film's better than David Bailey's.
Yes, for sure. He's a complete player. I don't even want to say aggressive, like ferocious. I don't know a word that's
terrifying,
vicious. I don't know what it is, but like he's that. He's that. Just that in spades.
Watching his highlights earlier in the week, the one thing that I took from that is like
highlights on the screen, mind you.
Well, yeah, true. But when I was watching, I'm like, dude, this guy just plays like angry. Like he plays like he hates his opposition. And I like that in a player because I'm an angry dude, as you guys know. Shock, I know, right?
How angry? Are you saying your third language is anger?
Yeah,
it's Greek. Love,
third language is love and anger.
English.
I thought it was Persian.
So
that's 9. We've discussed this.
And I like if I'm drafting an edge and who I'm going to potentially pay tens of multiple millions of dollars to get after my quarter, I want him to play angry.
Well, if this guy,
I want everyone in the first round to play angry. I don't care if you're a receiver.
But you get my point.
Block someone.
He plays like with a real edge.
He does. Yeah.
Nah, I agree.
Good pick.
For some reason, he hates his life, but he shouldn't. You're first round pick in the NFL, but
I
feel a little bit.
I don't think him falling to 15 is any indictment of him as a player.
No,
I think it's just how the draft went.
Kind of shaped out because of the early picks.
Once runs start, the wide receiver run went early, then the tackle run went, and then
linebackers,
and then it was like, okay, well, we got to just. He just fell. Like, I don't think there's any reason for it. It just happens sometimes.
To be fair, at the time, he's probably the best player available too.
Like
at 15.
100% he was. And and I compare it back to the Jalen Carter. Like when the Eagles got him, there was no he didn't fall because he was a shit player. He fell because everyone was like, well, do you want to D-tackle?
No. He fell because he was a knucklehead.
A lot of the off-field shit.
He quit on his team in Georgia and he was a bit of a knucklehead and didn't.
I don't think NFL teams look into that.
They do.
Because you know what happens when you get to the NFL?
I disagree. I think it's the opposite. I think they do a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think they look at
I think some
lot,
do.
and they're like, dude, because if you're drafting in the first round, think about it like this. If you're drafting in the first round, you're thinking to yourself, am I going to give this guy a second contract?
It's the biggest investment you can make in the NFL as a first round pick.
And you think, is this guy going to fuck around? Is he going to fuck up? Am I going to have to boot him off my team? If so, I don't want to use a first round draft pick on him.
It's funny. I was watching this video and then it was Sean Marion and he was telling this story about
Sean Marion's a psycho dude.
And how he was a rookie and he smoked LT and everyone's just like,
you mean Sean Merriman?
Yeah.
You said Sean Marion. I thought you said Marion like the basketball player.
I thought you said, I knew who you were talking about.
Yeah. Okay. No, you definitely, anyway, Sean Marion.
Anyway, so
Sean Marion that shoots like
he was a stud. He won
I'm not saying he sucked, but he shot like a weirdo.
Anyway, I'll get through this real quick.
Go.
So he smoked LT. He tried to rip the ball out, and everyone went dead silent. And the coaches took him in. He's like, "You don't ever fucking do that again because LT feeds our kids." Yeah, and that is the mantra that every first rounder has for the coaching staff, for the GM. This first round pick is feeding our kids. And if you fuck it up, I'm out of a job.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that
as you said, Todd Bowles, Ruben.
He might have saved his job with this.
Yeah.
Well, every coach and GM will go through that process, and if they're a knucklehead and they're Jamarcus Russell, you're out of a job.
Yeah, bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, good pick for the Bucks. Well done.
Well done. Pick 16, New York Jets came back on the board, and they took Kenyon Sadiq.
I've come around on this.
I hated it when it happened. And I haven't come around on it. I still hate it. And the only reason this is not a Kenyon Sadiq criticism. This is a New York Jets criticism. They have so many issues on that team that even if Sadiq ends up being an outstanding player for them, it won't help the team because there's too many issues.
Getting an undersized speed tight end.
It's a luxury pick.
When you've got so many other holes to fill,
I agree.
Is a really weird way to go.
I hate it. And the only reason they did it was because they knew either the Lions, Titan, the Lions, Viking. I don't think the Lions would have either. I think they knew the Panthers were going to. And they were jumping in front of them.
Yeah.
Because this is a great pick for the Panthers. Because it's a luxury for a team that's its trajectory is going up. The Jets' trajectory is almost still going down.
Can I play the other side? Because
Yes,
I've thought about this, and I was the first one to be critical on this.
Yes, you were. I remember.
A few things here after I've thought about it. You instantly unlock 12 personnel.
Yeah.
So you get, because they had Mason Taylor last year in the second round. He's a promising tight end. He's looking all right.
He was good.
You expect some growth. Even with some growth, he's not going to be at Kenyon Sadiq's level.
Maybe.
He's not going to be.
Well, we don't know. Lame hypothetical. We don't know.
Well,
Mason Taylor might be better. At least we've seen him play in the NFL and know he can do it.
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of tight ends go in the first round that haven't worked out. Brock Bowers is like, he's kind of the outlier.
No, that's not true.
Like said,
First round is
a little bit undersized as well. Like,
but he's like that hybrid that he can be a slot receiver as well.
He can play H as well.
He can play H,
and he's a willing blocker.
He is.
He likes blocking.
And not only that, name a bigger threat across the middle of the field now. With if you get a little speed out or something like that, because he's going to burn every single linebacker, he's going to burn every single safety, and he's a big guy to throw the ball. Not for this year, but for a rookie quarterback next year.
Yeah, I don't disagree with what you're saying.
I'm just saying.
I just hated it. I hate it.
Yeah, I don't know. I've come around on it.
Maybe because I can't shit on the Giants. I've got to find the other New York team and shit on them.
I don't know.
Hashtag fuck the Jets, maybe. I don't know.
I would have tried to address a bigger need and perhaps a tight end.
I tell you, I just think the positional value wasn't there. But you know what? Again, if he ends up being a great tight end, who cares?
Yeah.
I think he's got a lot of talent. I think he's going to be really good.
Imagine if he's just a juiced up Tucker Kraft.
Yeah, and he very well could be.
Yeah.
He could be Brock Bowers.
He could be. Yeah.
Like, he's got that skill set.
Yeah.
He could easily be that guy. So
I don't know. I was initially very critical of it. I calmed down a little bit. I thought about it on the drive home. And
a long drive home, radio off.
Yeah.
Full lockdown mode.
Full Tiz-Con.
Yeah. No, I just thought about it. I just thought if you take away the positional element of this and just for next year running out of 12 personnel, like I said, and having both those guys as they can run all the routes and the route tree. He's an exceptional athlete. He's a mismatched nightmare. All those things with a rookie quarterback is a big target. I can see their thought process, and I actually, if it works out, will be very good.
That's what I'm saying. They're leaving a lot of question marks with David Bailey and Sadiq. They're both, if it works out, terrific. If Arvell Reese is a superstar and Blake Miller's a superstar, then they're going to be crucified for it. And knowing what the Jets, how it works out for them often,
it's kind of what I think.
It's more likely that's going to happen.
I don't think it's for this coaching staff. I think that these two picks are for the next coaching staff.
Yeah, that's fair too. Yeah. We'll see how it plays out. Pick 17, Lions went absolute meat and taters. Blake Miller, 4-year starter at right tackle.
Didn't miss a game.
Yeah, no, he's this is one of the safest picks in the draft.
Oh, yeah.
Penei Sewell's going to move to left tackle. That's started now.
Almost certain now.
Miller's going to play right tackle. They've just improved. They've just strengthened what was already their move. I think we had them taking Freeland.
Freeland.
Most of us had Freeland, but they were always going tackle. I truly believe that. It was whoever was there.
He's probably the most pro ready.
Yeah,
he is, and his strength is running the ball, which is we all agreed that the Lions are going to come back to their mantra and their identity of running the ball.
Ground and pound.
He's athletically one of the best rated tackles. Sure, the pass blocks a little bit hit and miss. You know, he's not there for that.
He's the most upright operator I've ever seen in my life.
He's 6'8", and everyone talks about.
So impressive how a man that big can stay in that posture.
Yeah, because he's so thick.
Yeah, he's huge. And you know what? NFL teams will go. The Lions, we can teach him how to use his hands better. Yeah. We can teach him how to use his feet better. We can't teach him to be huge. We can't teach him to be a 4-year starter. And we can't teach him to want to be an offensive lineman in the NFL, which he ticks all three of those boxes.
And like your pad level and all that, cool if you want to critique someone about their pad level. But look at how he just destroys people and throws him down into the fucking
They could fix his pad
Middle
level
Earth.
in one preseason
yeah.
with every day. Do this, do this, do
The
this,
old
do this,
stick,
do
the
this.
old
do
stick
this.
drill. Yeah,
100%.
100%.
They could fix it. They can fix that instantly. I think this was a home run.
I don't
hit for them.
think
Well
that
played.
is not a knock on him because he's 6'8". You try to find me a tackle that's 6'6" and above that plays at a low pad level.
You know why?
They don't because the DNs are also 6'6".
They also don't need to.
No.
They're so big.
Because they're enormous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got fast feet. He's agile for his size. He fucking loves to block. He will destroy anyone.
Gets out in front of the run really
Yeah.
well, which will suit them nicely. He's a day one starter. Bang.
Yep. Solidified.
Top pick.
All right, next pick, the Minnesota Vikings, pick 16, go Caleb Banks, the D tackle out of Flow Rider.
You want to talk about red tape?
I think this was a reach. I think this was it's not my favorite
This
pick
is-
I've seen.
This is the ultimate risk versus reward.
Yeah.
So in the pre-draft thing, I had Caleb Banks and Peter Woods confused. Caleb Banks is the one that had the 2 foot injuries.
Okay.
And then he went to the Senior Bowl. The first day of the Senior Bowl, he was wiping the floor with everyone. And then he was just like, oh, my, foot's a little bit sore. Broke his foot.
Oh, wow.
Played through it.
Well,
So-
that's a slight tick towards
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
I know. But
He's a bit of a Jalen Carter knucklehead type as well. So I think they had him, if he was healthy, like top 10 pick.
Yep.
But I think they had him sort of like a second round grade with all the stuff that's going on. Like the negatives are bad. The tape's amazing.
Yep.
High
Which is up on the
risk.
screen right now if everyone's watching.
Yeah, high risk, high reward. I don't think Minnesota, this is the worst pick in the draft.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all.
How do you have JJ that we've seen can't play quarterback, and then you go and a draft later go and pick a guy that may be out of the league in a year?
Yeah.
yeah,
Like, he's an
injuries
absolute
or some dumb
knucklehead.
shit. Yeah, it's injuries or some dumb shit. It's probably going to be out of the league.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's putting your franchise back potentially 10 years.
But if it works,
I'm very skeptical.
no, I personally didn't like the pick either.
I thought for sure they were going to pick Thieneman, the safety, at this point.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I'm like, this is perfect talent.
So did everyone.
I'm going to be perfectly
No, come on,
honest.
I'm like, come on,
It
there it
made
is.
perfect sense.
Yeah.
I'm going to be perfectly honest. From Ruben Bain, it was from pick 10 to Ruben Bain. It was like Ruben Bain. And then when Ruben Bain went, it was Thieneman.
Yeah.
Until he went to Chicago later. I just thought every pick, they're taking him now. No one's letting this slide. But we also said with Thieneman, he could go pick 10 or pick 30. We always knew that was going to be there.
Flores really like this guy.
Well, they got no GM.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just
So
an
it's obviously
interesting.
the coaches are.
You mean
heavily-
KOC,
Yeah.
not Flores.
Well,
Not-
Flores is on defense.
The defense.
Oh, sorry.
DC.
For some reason, I was thinking LaFleur. Then I was going to say Cramhole LaFleur. But
No.
he's the Packers head coach.
I'm talking about Brian Flores, who's a DC for this team that we're talking about
Who's
right now.
and the Arizona Cardinals.
His
head coach.
brother. Yeah, Mike.
Can we call him Cramhole LaFleur for both of them?
Of course. We got the
Junior?
same last name.
Cramhole LaFleur Jr. That's it. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, maybe Flores really liked this guy.
You never know.
Someone must have banged the table for him because it's absurd to me that this
In
Maybe
fairness, they've
maybe
done
thought-
well drafting D tackles.
Maybe thought get him here,
With pain.
and he's been a dickhead at Florida, but get him here, and I'll get him.
I'll tell you where he won't be a dickhead in Minnesota.
Flores will cut him day 2 if he's a dickhead. I don't
That's
give a
what I'm
shit.
saying.
They can't cut him day 2. They genuinely. I know.
I
What you're
know
saying.
they can't, but Flores will be like, hey, mate, you're just not going to play. You'll be out of the league in 3 years if you're going to be a dickhead. But if you knuckle down and do what I tell you, you'll be one of the best tackles in football.
You'll do really well.
If
Yeah.
Flores is like
it's up to you.
Flores is like, there's only 2 people fucking safe in this building, and it's me and KOC at another team. Everyone else is out of the league potentially.
100%.
Oh, Justin Jefferson.
If we get fired, we're getting another job. You're not.
Yeah, that's how that goes.
All right, the Carolina Panthers pick 19. They land Monroe Freeling out
like
of
this.
Georgia.
Yep.
I think their big concern, the reason they got this guy, they've got a bit of concern with them. Awanu's injuries, their left tackle, who's a very good left tackle. And their thought process is they've also, I can't remember their right tackle's name. I wish I could right now, but they've also, he can play guard for them as well. Moten's their right tackle. He's a replacement for Moten when they need to. Moten's a solid right tackle, so they can play him at guard and then move him there next year if they want to. It solidifies a position for him, which is great.
Yep.
I really love this pick because it's very rare you get a guy that's in Freeland that is not a project player, but he's so raw to the game with so much upside.
Yeah.
And usually those guys are put in positions and they're picked 10th in a trash team with a shit offensive line, and he's got to be there and be the best player in year one. The Panthers have maybe not the 10th best O-line, but maybe somewhere between 10 and 15.
Yeah.
They don't need him to come in and be his starter, so they can get him in the building for a year and a two, move someone else on when a contract comes up, and then they've got him there with all the upside, and then he can walk in and be his starter. So I think the foresight for this was really, really smart from the Panthers. You don't really see guys drafting the best player available too often, but the Panthers have done it here.
Yeah, definitely the best player available. That's what I was going to say.
Well, I truly believe the Jets traded up for Sadiq, knowing the Panthers were going to take him, and it would have been a great pick for the Panthers.
No, that was the Colts pick, 16.
No, I'm saying that they traded up knowing the Panthers were going to take Sadiq at 19. The Jets, they jumped him.
No, they didn't. They had pick 16 from the Colts.
No, they 16 from the Colts. Yeah,
the Source trade.
Oh, did they not trade for that? I thought they traded up.
Well, they did, but
last year. Sorry, I thought that was a mid. That's my mistake.
It was a mid-season trade for Sauce Gardner.
It wasn't a draft
and the
trade
train wreck of the Colts.
I remember that. And it's continuing to plummet. Because
some say that who's the QB? What's his
Daniel
name?
Jones.
Daniel Jones is still the MVP.
So clearly, Sadiq was number one on their board, and they thought, well, if we can't get Sadiq, we'll just get the best player available, and that was Freeling. Good for them.
Correct. That's what I meant by saying this.
Smart move. Smart move.
I don't know what the fuck you were trying to say.
We're an hour and 20 minutes in, and I'm just excited to get to the Eagles pick, which is the next pick in the draft. And I just want to give some background. They drafted Mekhi Lemon. They traded with the Dallas Cowboys, and this is not like hypothetical. The Pittsburgh Steelers were on the phone to Mekhi Lemon, knowing the Cowboys weren't taking him at pick 20, to take him at pick 22, on the phone telling him, hey, you're in. And he said, hold on a second. The Eagles are calling me. They jumped them. It's very rare that we get a Cowboys and Eagles
I would say
symbiotic relationship that let's work together.
Any division trade almost doesn't happen.
It's wild. It's Howie calling Jerry and going, hey,
you're a businessman. Let's do business.
Fuck Pittsburgh.
What was the trade out of curiosity? Because
I'll look it up.
I wasn't getting the trade values.
So obviously they swapped first position. I think they swapped seconds.
I'm looking it up now.
No, they wouldn't have swapped seconds because Cowboys don't have a second.
No, Cowboys don't. So the Cowboys received pick 23, which was 2 picks back, and 2 4th-round selections from Philadelphia for the 20th pick, and they gave them a 7th-round pick as well.
Yeah,
the compensation.
Okay, so they get 2 4s. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So the Cowboys were like, we don't want Lemon. We want a defensive guy. The Eagles would have been, we're taking Lemon.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh are taking Lemon. Let's just make Pittsburgh. Let's just do this.
How are we doing business, man?
Yeah, 100%.
All right. Enough of the background stuff.
Yeah.
Good fit. I like the player.
It's a perfect fit for like the cringiest organization in the NFL. Got the cringiest player in their draft.
Perfect fit. Perfect fit for the new scheme.
And AJ Brown's gone. Can we all agree?
AJ Brown's definitely gone.
It's done.
Yep.
They've got 11 receivers on their roster right now.
Perfect.
And only 2 of them can catch.
Well, they've got Devontae Smith. They've got Wicks. They've now got Lemon.
Wicks, yeah.
They've got Hollywood Brown. So that's what I was thinking of. AJ Brown's done.
All I'm hearing is that Hurts is out of fucking excuses.
Correct. George, you agree?
No, I'm not worried.
I actually think you said Hurts out of excuses 3 weeks ago.
Really good, as I said, really good fit for the scheme. Mannion's going to use him a lot in motion.
And allow really good at Smith to play outside and get downfield.
Yeah. He's really good for Yak, which is awesome in that scheme. If you want to bootleg, move the pocket, you can dump it off to him. He can get you 6 or 7 yards.
Yep. Screen game.
Perfect fit. Great.
Yeah, I like it. I like it for the fit. Addresses a need. Solidifies AJ Brown's gone.
I don't even care. It was just great for us. For our teams to be working together.
Yeah. Symbiotic. And
you didn't great.
We needed help on offense. Defense is lights out. We spent a lot of draft capital over the last 2 or 3 years solidifying the defense. It was time. Could have gone a tackle.
I think the run started. The run started too early.
Too early that all the good ones were gone. I actually thought that Miller might fall to us.
Yeah.
I actually think when Miller went and Monroe went, they were like, okay, Lemon's the guy. Hey, Dallas, let's do this.
Yeah.
There was always going to be a run somewhere in the mid for tackles and right at the end. And it just depends how it fell for the Eagles if the run started before or after where they were picking at 22. So
I think Howie's board was definitely one of those two tackles up the top, and then if we can't get them, we'll get Lemon, and it worked out great. It's going to be a really good fit.
I think so too. I think it's a nice pick. I hope he works out. I know
I can't say why not. He had a hell of a year at USC.
I'm shitting on him jokingly because his combine interview, he was just a nervous kid. Give the guy a break.
No, nothing to read into there.
No, 100%. He's just a nervous guy.
Hell of a player. If you watch his tape at USC, as I did through the week, the guy's he's just balls to the wall every play.
Yeah, I agree.
I love it.
His best comp is Amon-Ra St. Brown, which is
pretty close.
If he becomes that,
if he becomes 80% of that,
it's gonna suck.
If he becomes 80% of Amon-Ra St. Brown, that's at pick 20.
Put it this way, I'm gonna hate this pick in 2 years.
No, you're gonna hate this pick maybe by week 4.
Yeah, probably. Whenever we play.
Yeah.
The Steelers obviously got jumped. They wanted Lemon. They went to what their next available was, which we talk about tackles off the board. They went to Max Ian Ancor. Is that how you say it?
I think it's Ianacor.
Yeah.
Ianacor.
Yeah.
That's now that you've said it, that's exactly how it reads, and I'm the problem, not his name. Just want to preface that.
Shout out Max.
Yeah, Maxi boy. I said I think they definitely wanted Lemon, but he's going to play guard for them. I'm pretty sure because they've taken 2 first-round picks.
I don't know. I don't know. So he's a Nigerian kid. He hasn't been in America for too long. He's a bit raw.
Yep.
He's gigantic. I think he was a basketball player, so he's got really, really good feet. He'll probably be good in 2 years' time, but he's going to be very, very good for that outside zone. And then they got that Caleb Johnson, last year's pick, running back from Iowa, I believe, who's a very good zone runner. So it seems like there's a clear shift.
Yep.
And running the ball, yeah.
Well, you've got to shift to Mike McCarthy's boring offense, which is run.
Maybe
run, then take a pass.
Yeah, but you can't run it up the middle with these guys. I think you've got to try and really get outside and use their strengths. So it looks like they're building towards that way. They'll probably keep Jalen Warren for little dump-off passes and stuff like that. Can't hate a team for taking a tackle.
No. We're a meat and potatoes operation here.
Yep.
Also, you were correct. He played high school basketball, was a very good player, and then flipped to football very late in his career. 6'5", 320 pounds.
I know I'm correct. Do you know how much fucking research I've been grinding?
I know.
For the
I was
draft?
trying to give you some props. You could have just said, thanks, James. Appreciate it.
I can't say thanks, and I'll never say sorry.
Actually, I think your missus messaged me that long ago.
They've got special types of therapy just for that. Just so you're aware.
I think it's called narcissism is the word they use. Well, the females use.
I've been called a lot of things, and that's definitely one of them.
Tonight.
Yeah. Before I left.
They're not St. Diego Chargers. The LA Chargers take Akeem Mesidor, edge out of Miami. I think it's a need for them.
Great pick.
Yeah, it was a need.
There was draft analysts and scouts and guys within team organizations that were saying that Mesidor was the better edge at Miami over Ruben Bain. Film looks fantastic. I think addresses a need. Do it all. We sort of said that the Chargers really needed to get youth in the D line because they've got
Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack and who's the other one? The old guy from the Steelers. I can't remember.
No, not both. Keep going. I'll think of it.
So they needed to inject some youth into that D line, and they've got a guy that can do a little bit of everything. So, great pick. Can't say much more. When you're picking at 22, you got to pick for
you're picking value.
Yeah, exactly.
And positional value mainly.
Yeah.
Pick 23, Dallas Cowboys. They went with Malachi Lawrence.
Fucking love this pick.
From all reports, they wanted Mesidor, and he went, but they were comfortable with it. I thought they were going to take Falk, who went later, which we'll talk about.
Yeah.
I thought Falk too, to be honest. Yeah.
All I'm going to say on this is the last time they drafted a guy named Lawrence, it worked out pretty well.
I think that's his comp as well.
Yeah, it was.
So
it was his comp. I actually at one point Googled to see if they were related, and I'm embarrassed by it.
Okay.
Because they're not.
No.
Spoiler alert.
No,
Lawrence is 35. He's not his brother, and he's not his son. So
he's a high energy guy. He's really good against the run. He's smack in the mouth kind of operator. I think if I was going to pick a prototypical D end, it will be that ultra physical, high energy guy. I don't give a fuck if you're the best pass rusher because that means nothing. Tackles are too good.
He's also huge.
He's huge.
Yeah.
Looking
at these highlights here, man. Gigi sets an edge far out.
Yeah, he sets edge hard.
Beast,
and I think the Cowboys genuinely had the best draft.
And the thing is, like, what as you said before, I can't remember we were talking about, but teams are competing against their division, right?
Yep.
The Cowboys know their biggest competition in the NFL is the Eagles, in the division.
For sure.
What do the Eagles want to do?
Run
Run
the
the
ball.
shit out of the football.
Yep.
So they went, let's get a guy that can set the edge and help us in the run game. And that's what they did with Caleb Downs and Lawrence. They went guys that can help us out in the weaknesses we have.
Two day one starters who are going to immediately improve.
Yeah, and then they've got Williams, they've got Kenny Clark. They're building the right way.
Well, not only that, but they've got this attitude now with all of these guys.
What about the other boy that's always injured?
Overshawn.
Overshawn.
Yeah.
Well. You forgot about him too.
Overshawn is the reason the Cowboys didn't draft linebackers.
Yeah.
Because they are so hyped on him. And I think
I don't know.
It could be injuries are it's
If
always
Sonny Styles is there is no way they're going, oh, well, we got Overshawn. We won't get Sonny Styles.
No. But
he was never going.
He was never getting to it.
We'd have thought that Caleb Downs was never getting there.
Yeah. Look, if someone had said to me either Sonny Styles or Caleb Downs are there for your pick, I'd be like, you're a fucking liar and a piece of shit. And you're fibbing to me.
So you traded up one spot to get him. No, I think the attitude and the ferocity that this defense can now play with, whether or not they will, but they've got the right guys there and they've got the right mantra with those guys. I think basically what Parsons has turned into is Kenny Clark, Malachi Lawrence,
Williams.
Yeah. So
It's pretty good.
Like that.
If they all work out well, then it's outstanding.
Well, Williams is already a very high end player.
Williams is a stud.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're already halfway there with that.
Yep.
Really, if you think about it.
No, it said if the defense can just be somewhere between 15 and 20 and the offense performs at what it should perform, because everyone thought Pickens was getting traded. From all reports, so Pickens' agent is the same as Parsons.
oh, great.
So apparently the day before the draft,
Dave Morgetta, yeah.
Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones put the olive branch out and went, let's talk about this. Let's sort this shit out between us. Parsons is done. It's happened. Let's move on. And then 24 hours later, Pickens signed his tender.
Right.
So there's something to
Like
that.
we said in the group chat, like you don't really have an option as a player.
No, I mean he has to play.
Or you're sitting on the
sit
couch.
on the couch for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we know now with the Parsons move, if Jerry says, I'm not extending you, you play on the tag or you don't play, he's kind of set that tone that don't play them. I don't care.
Sure.
Like he's put his money where his mouth is now. So, Anyway, pick 24 in the draft. The Cleveland Browns, KC Concepcion. Oh my God, I love this pick so badly.
Great pick. Great value as well.
Apparently, this and the next pick made the Bills trade out of the first round because they were like, "Fuck, our two guys are gone. We don't care.
Point?
We don't care anymore."
I said that this would have been the best pick for Philly when I previewed Philly, and I still stand by it. This out of the second tier receivers, obviously Tyson and Tate would have been the top tier.
Yeah,
KC Concepcion is my favorite receiver outside of them. He does everything so well. There is the issue with some dropped balls across the middle of the field. I don't give a fuck because he does everything else so much. He can get open in a phone booth.
He's going to live on the jugs machine for the next 6 months.
Well, it's probably more running into the middle of the field and getting smoked by a linebacker, which I think is a healthy fear to have, to be honest.
I would
because it hurts.
Yeah.
I would fear it. And I've only ever played local Australian football and I'd fear the shit out of it. So
I've been the linebacker. Like. I've been on the other side of it. And I'm telling you, that's fun.
It would be.
So a good pick, good value at 24. They get a really good player.
Yep.
Well done.
Yeah, Browns did a good job.
And I think now their offense, you've got Harold Fanning, who's the tight end that is really good at the yak.
Yep.
He's a bigger guy, obviously being a tight end. KC Concepcion is a prototype body for a receiver, but he's exceptional for the yak.
They also have the ex-Denver guy. I've forgotten his name.
Judy,
who's a solid. I'm not saying he's the best, but he's solid. He's now their third option. That's fine.
And that's probably where he needs to be in the NFL.
Yeah, I agree. But like, they've got him there. I think they can do some things offensively.
And look, we know that Shador can't pass the ball more than 5 yards. So he's got two guys that are really good for yak. So
it's not going to make him win the division or anything, but it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
I've said many times.
I feel sorry for the kid going to Cleveland, but I love it from the Cleveland side of things.
Yeah, but hey, all they have to be, like what I said about the Cowboys before, all Cleveland have to be is somewhere between 15 and 20 on offense. And if the defense is what it last year, they're probably competing for the division.
Yeah,
They're certainly not awful.
You just need someone to throw the ball, though.
Yeah, well, that'll play to his guns. Bring on Watson. He's the man. Pick 25, the Chicago Bears, Dylan Thiemann.
Best value for the first round.
We talked about steal. Is this a steal?
Yeah, this is a steal. Yeah.
Pretty fair. Fair.
And a big positional need.
Yep.
It's
because
such
Bide left in free agency.
Bide left. Sorry,
I think went to
Brisker.
Brisker left. So they've upgraded the safety position with Kobe Bryant and Thiemann, which is
they got Kobe Bryant. That's
fantastic for them. Yeah. So
and that was a really big need for them too. They were getting burnt a lot.
Yeah, they were. So it solidifies that. I would never have thought that he would have got there. Honestly, I thought he was probably in the 14 to 18 range.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go in the teens.
Yeah, but
again, the run started at positions, and that's what happens to these guys who
safeties have to fall.
Yeah, like it's just how it works. Like we talked about Caleb Downs getting to 11. The natural progression is that Thiemann then gets to 25, and then the other kid, the other safety, I forgot. He has two.
Moon.
No, he has two last names.
Moon.
Yeah. He didn't get drafted because that's what happens.
No. Well, he was a borderline first, and I thought that maybe the Steelers would. I thought that Thiemann would go, in that 18, 19 range, and then the Steelers would move up to get.
Well, let me throw you a lame hypothetical.
Yeah, I love a good lame
if
hypothetical.
Downs goes top 10, and then the Cowboys take Thiemann because they want a safety, he's drafted in the first round.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, sure.
And that's how my mock went.
That's just how the progression goes.
Sure.
So when you look at the draft and
everything bumps up,
starts from when the guys go. So and then when the NFL throws a spanner in the works, and it's like, hey, offensive guys are going early, everyone panics and starts going. So
great value pick for the Bears and really addresses a need. Really good. Well done.
Yeah, absolutely. The Houston Texans pick 26.
Moved up.
Keelan Rutledge, they moved up and got the guard.
Yep.
I said,
Harlow fucking Luya, draft the guard.
He's a mean dude.
They needed anything offensive line.
So they reckon that this guy starts fights in training.
Oh, I've heard it.
So he's got his normal.
Hold on a second. You're telling me a big white guy with a mullet that wears 77 starts fights in trainings?
Yeah, it's rare.
Really,
next thing you're telling me he's a farm boy.
Really seeing Richie Incognito vibe about him. I like it.
Oh, I don't know if it's racial, but I definitely think he says the word.
Hopefully what he's learned from Richie Incognito and says it quietly in the bathroom to himself, not at training.
Apparently at training he gets into the defense's faces and then just fucking throws them into middle earth. So good. Exactly what the Texans need. We've said that they're shifting into running the ball. That's why they got David Montgomery to get those hard yards, get that identity. You back that up now with a hard-nosed guard that just wants to maul people and laugh when he does it. So great pick from the Texans. Couldn't have done anything better. I don't care if it's a reach. Sometimes you just got to fucking pick the player you need.
I don't think it's a reach.
They needed any offensive alignment. Whoever they wanted that was the best offensive lineman here, they had to take, and they did it. I'm not shitting on it.
No, but he was probably ranked in like the late 30s, 40s sort of range. When I say a reach, I mean like sort of against the consensus. So but you pick what you fucking need. Sometimes it's that simple.
Especially late in the first when you're already a good team.
It doesn't at a certain point, what's the difference between
they're not taking the D end. Let's be honest.
What's the difference between 26 and 38 or 40? You're never going to get back into those values.
Yeah, so correct. Next pick was the Miami Dolphins. They got Chris Johnson out of San Diego State. This is a guy again that
this guy.
I saw mock drafts where he was early teens. I saw mock drafts where he wasn't in the first round.
No, he was the first rounder for sure.
I think that was a really great name. If he's anything like the last Chris Johnson in the NFL, it'll work out very well.
CJ2K,
yeah. No, he's I don't know. He can play every scheme. His passer rating in college last year, if you had to guess, what range would you put it in?
I would say the fact that you're bringing up that it was lower than spiking the ball every play.
It was actually significantly lower than spiking the ball. So if you spike the ball, your passer rating's 38. He had a passer rating of 16.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So he shuts people down. He gets picks when the ball's in the air. He's really, really good. He's 6 foot, which is probably the only thing that goes against him. Great pick. I think the Dolphins did a very good job this draft. You lock up a left tackle. You get this kid who I wanted Seattle. I was banging the drum for Seattle.
Yeah, I actually thought he would fall to you guys.
I would have loved it.
Yeah,
I would have said we won in the draft.
Really good pick for you guys. It would have been actually. Yeah.
Unfortunately, he didn't get that.
Well, you can play. You can only play the board. So good on the.
You got Nick Emenwari last season. That's 10 years of success.
Yeah, well, I want more.
And they also won a Super Bowl. Like, relax.
Did that?
Yeah. You wouldn't know because I don't talk about it.
Ginger Messiah.
Yeah,
Shout
boy.
out.
He looked me in the eye. He's looking at Scotty still. He loves Scotty.
Yeah. Well, hey, we got a thing.
He's got him on the t-shirt.
We got a thing.
Good pick. Good pick.
Great pick.
I liked it. Pick 28, the New England Patriots. They go O-tackle, offensive tackle, Caleb Lumu.
Yep.
Lemieux. I think it's the Lemieux.
So left tackle probably go to left guard, I think.
Yeah, I think he'll play guard. He's
Yep.
also
Well, one of them's going to go to guard. Either him or what's his name? from
Will
last
Anderson.
year? Yeah.
Will Anderson might go to guard.
Will Anderson.
Will Campbell.
Will Anderson's
Campbell.
definitely not going to go to guard.
He plays.
Will
He just got paid a lot of money to not go to guard.
Correct.
One of them will go to guard and the other one will play tackle.
It will not be Will Campbell.
Someone, yeah,
Will Campbell played well enough at the start of last season before injuries took over that he deserves
Agreed.
that right.
There's too many nuffies yelling at him for having fucking short arms. He blew out his knee and he came back. So
Also, most ever Islanders taken in the first round of a draft.
Nice.
shout out
Shout
to our Polynesian brothers.
Yeah, sorry, Polynesian was the right word. Yeah, it's unreal.
Who would have thought that I was the politically correct one?
Good
Not
for
me,
me.
Scott. Well done.
Not me.
Great pick for the Pats. Address the need.
Yep.
Yeah, O-line struggled towards the back end of last year.
Oh, I think they struggled all year. They just played good teams towards the back end of the year.
Well, that's probably fair enough too.
Pick 29, the Kansas City Chiefs with what they gave up for Trent McDuffie. Got Peter Woods out of Clemson. Big time guy. He's only 6'2", but he's 300 pounds.
I was about to say he's wider than he is
if
taller.
you
Yeah.
look at like the comparisons of that, he's a he's a cinder block out there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
He's got that Warren Sapp body.
they were
Kind
just.
of short but very wide.
I think the Chiefs just quite like. I know losing McDuffie sucks. Like I get that he's a very good player, but there was obviously an issue that either McDuffie didn't want to play for them, or the money wasn't lining up. For the Chiefs
It was definitely a money.
Yeah, I think it was
simple as
yeah.
that. So it was that, and they got Minor, and then they get another need, which is defensive tackle, playing next to Chris Jones. It solidifies.
I'll tell you what, you wouldn't want to be lining up against these two. Chris Jones and Peter Woods. Peter Woods is an explosive, like Jeffrey Simmons-esque kind of player.
Got actually a lot of comps to Young. Who was the tackle that Seattle took last year? Byron Young.
Byron Young. Very,
a lot of comps to Byron Young.
very similar. Yeah. I think Byron Young's probably got a little bit more in his repertoire coming into the league than what
That's fair.
Peter Wood does. But yeah.
He also went 15-6 earlier.
That Chiefs front is like looking pretty good now. Like you said, Woods, Jones, Carl Loftus, who had a really down year.
Yeah.
He won't be that bad again. He's good. He's a really good player. Shout out. He's a good Greek boy too. What's his name?
Are you Greek?
Yeah. But
Bolton?
Bolton,
fuck?
Bolton, the linebacker.
Yeah.
Tranquil.
That front,
Tranquil, yeah,
front's
stud.
looking really
Yeah.
good.
And Reed at safety still.
Yeah.
And one thing you can bet on in recent history is that the Chiefs are going to pick a DB in the 4th or 5th round, and he's going to be a day one starter, and he's going to get $30 million a year in his first contract.
Yeah.
Shout
Yeah.
out to
So-
Bags.
No,
Yeah.
I thought that a pretty polished draft, the Chiefs, in fairness.
Yeah.
Still.
Not surprising. Not surprising.
No, that's what they do. Pick 30, Jets back on the board. They took Amar Cooper
Traded up for this.
Jr., traded up for him.
Yep.
Was that their third first round pick?
Yeah.
Three.
Yeah.
Third pick,
They
So
traded for
I think
him,
they moved
got a
up from
receiver.
33 to 30 to get this one. So
who traded out of this?
The Bills. No.
yeah, the Bills did. They traded out completely.
It was the Bills, I think.
Bills or
Miami?
or Denver.
Miami
Denver?
had this pick for pick 30.
Denver didn't have a first round pick, did they?
Yeah, they traded for Waddle.
Correct.
They didn't
So
have
it
one,
was.
yeah.
It was.
But I
Denver.
think Miami moved up to the Bills to get Chris
49ers.
Johnson.
Tommy just said 49ers.
Shout
Okay.
out,
Tommy.
shout
Yeah.
out. Yep.
Outstanding.
Oh yeah, the 49ers
Tiny
did
little-
move back twice.
Yeah,
Yes.
tight
Yeah.
little mess. Like, just keep in mind, the last 10 picks, only 8 of them were the team that was in that position when
Yeah.
the draft started. So there was 6 trades in the last 10 picks.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
I like the player. I don't know if I would have traded up for him, but you got to throw the ball to someone, and they probably thought that the way that the draft board was going, he wouldn't have been there at 33, so you give up fuck all to get him. You can't really crucify him for that. They get
That's okay. I'm
you get
okay.
Sadiq and Amari Cooper, and no one would have thought that they would get Bailey, Sadiq, and Cooper coming out of the first round. Good on the Jets. They've done a
Yeah.
pretty good job.
They're trying their little hearts out. Whether
Yeah.
it works out or not is another.
No, he's a very good receiver. So
They're trying their
I
hearts
like
out,
him.
but they won't because they're the Jets. Like that's all. That's my analysis.
Do you think they were at some point it's got to flip, right?
Oh, I disagree.
well,
You're right.
I think
It's been 70 years. Why would it flip? Correct. George, I apologize profusely.
I kind of just go with
you're correct.
I kind of just go with what's the runs on the board and just sort of analyze that. And for there to been shit for a long time.
Yeah, correct. Except for Rex Ryan, who they fired. All right, pick 31. The Titans moved back into the Patriots, who drafted earlier. They got Keldrick Fork. I want to say Kendrick every time, but it's not Kendrick. It's Keldrick.
This is a good pick for them. Great.
Yep.
Yeah, this was a guy that people had going in the teens, and he fell a little
early
bit.
20s. Yeah, definitely.
And they got a good guy. I said the Titans had a good draft too.
Yeah, they did. Yep. Yeah, so it solidifies a need. They've spent a lot of money on defense this year already.
Did they get who was the guy they got from the Jets? Was it Jermaine Johnson? Or was it
Wilson, Tyson?
It was the other one.
Someone like that. Yeah.
I can't remember the other.
Coming off the Achilles.
They got the good DN.
Yeah, they did. So yeah, they give enough weapons for what's his name?
It was
Salah to
and it was Jermaine Johnson. I had it right.
Yeah. So they give Salah a few weapons there to get something cooking on defense. I don't trade back into a nothing pick in the first round. Good on him.
Yeah, like I said, if he ends up being great, all good.
I thought he was going to go at 20 to you guys. So
yeah, I actually thought he was too.
So
we'll see how that plays
if
out.
you got him in the end of the first round, good job.
Yep. And then the last pick in the first round, the Super Bowl champion, Sam Darnold, Mike McDonald, best defense in football, led Seattle Seahawks.
Got some shots.
Got a running back, Jadarian Price.
Yep.
I actually thought they were going to trade out of this pick.
The second running back out of Notre Dame taking the
to be fair, they wanted to trade out of it, but no one expected 8 trades in the fucking 8 picks before him. So there was no one else to move.
No one else to trade with.
Yeah.
I think this was a great pick.
Oh,
it's probably their biggest need.
I think that's what they went to. So
it's like when we talk about luxury picks, right? If there's any team that's picking with luxury, it's pick 32 in the draft because they've just won a Super Bowl.
Fair.
Or they've traded a shit pick.
And they've got and they've got Kenneth Walker, who's left, who was their Super Bowl MVP, and they've replaced him with a running back to work with. Who's the guy that got injured last year? Charbonnet.
Yep.
Give him some time to recover. I don't hate it at all. I think it's nice.
No, it's a good pick. There's a lot of people crucifying him because he's like not a receiver out of the backfield, but like he wasn't the third down back because the guy that was the third down back went 4th overall.
Yeah.
So he never got the pick. He never got the opportunities to show his receiving skills. He also has a punt return for a touchdown. So if that doesn't say he can't catch the ball, I don't know what else does because that's the hardest thing to catch in football.
What would you have preferred in this spot?
Chris Johnson?
Yeah, all right, thanks, man. He's not on the board.
Oh, well, you just asked.
Yeah.
I thought maybe Zion Young.
I actually think they would have really liked Jeremiah Love.
Yeah. Or Sonny Styles or someone like that.
Would have been nice.
Yeah. So
ask lame hypotheticals. You get
no, come on. It was implied with whoever was left.
I thought they might have gone the kid out of Tennessee, McCoy.
Hood?
Well, I would have said Hood.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I said in the group chat either Hood or Zion Young. They basically redshirted 2 defensive linemen last year. So they had Riley Miller, who is from Notre Dame, would have been a second round pick coming off an ACL, and Jared Ivey as well. So they've got depth on their D line. They're obviously happy about DB. I thought that they would have gone here, but there wasn't
a massive run on the board for DBs either.
They'll probably look at it and go, well, we can get the second best running back now, or we can get the 6th best corner in round 2.
Yeah.
And then they go, the drop off is probably too big between the second running back and the third running back. So pick up this one. I mean, the only need you'd say is Walker's gone and you need to replace it. They replace it with Wilson from Green Bay. Probably doesn't fill the hole completely. So they just get deeper in another position. So in the same position, sorry. So yeah, whatever. I would have picked something different, but I can't hate it.
No, not at all. No, it is what it is.
Nice.
All right, that is it. That is a full first round recap.
Do we have any questions?
No questions come through, which is all good. We will do we'll do the normal podcast Wednesday next week where we'll review the whole draft.
The second and third round.
There'll be a post after the draft is done. I want questions from everyone. I want statements from everyone. I want voice clips. I want people telling us what they're mad about, what they're happy about.
Oh yeah.
I want all of it so we can react and give some feedback on what you guys thought was good and bad, and we can tell you why it was or wasn't. Make sure you give us a follow on all our socials, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the Tickety Talk. And shout out to our boys. Obviously, I'm JA, the big spanakopter, the bigger, stronger, maybe shorter, but he makes it up for in strength.
Not
Scotty
bigger,
McGuinness.
not bigger or stronger, but
shut up,
shorter.
I'm doing my outro. And shout out to our beautiful friends at Sporting Globe, Churnside Park.
Thank
and
you.
Most importantly, our boy Tommy Arthur, outstanding work tonight.
Absolutely.
Every clip, every graphic. He's been working on this for the past week. The draft threw him for an absolute blender today because teams started going everywhere.
The best thing is, like, I'm pretty well prepared. I've got about 6 picks for every team. And like, did you account for 9 trades?
if you are not watching the video and ingesting these graphics and these highlights, you're doing yourself a disservice, please.
100%. And thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next week with a full draft recap, talk about everything that happened, including day 1 and after that. And yeah, we'll see you guys then.
A shout out for the fans. It's probably for 15 teams the highlight of your season.
100%. Enjoy it, Jets fans, mainly. Yeah.